Hey class, good evening and welcome back to Introductory Psychology. I'm actually recording this video on Friday evening. I've got kind of a lot on my plate this next couple of days, so I'm recording this early in advance. I got a 20-mile run, my last big run before the marathon, the OKC marathon scheduled. So I'm trying to record this before I tire myself out and won't have the energy or strength to do so. Record this video later. So anyways, hope everyone's doing all right. Can't believe it. We're at week 13. We've got about a month left in the course, give or take a day or so. So it's, kind of heads up, the end will be here sooner rather than later. So I wanted to give you a heads up that I have finished grading and I posted the grades for your response paper 2. Really enjoyed reading your reflections about emotional intelligence. The only thing I really had to take off any points for this particular writing assignment was, some of you, your papers were a little bit short, maybe you just didn't elaborate enough to make the paper long enough. And so I deducted some points there. I also noticed there were some papers, this is an easy fix, but there were some papers where, there were no paragraph breaks. And so I did take off points for that. So double check your paper, make sure you don't submit one long paragraph, but it's a super easy fix. And I didn't kill anybody's grade for that, but just kind of one of those things. I noticed a few papers and I wanted to make a note of that. So anyways, those grades are posted. Your grade should be up to date and current. If you have any questions or concerns, over this last month or so about your grade in this course, just let me know. Take a look at it and let me know, and I'll be happy to address any questions or concerns you do have. This week we are moving into chapter 12. We only have 3 chapters left, so we're moving into chapter 12, chapter on psychological disorders. And this is a chapter, I know that Intro Psych is a required course, so I don't have a lot of illusions about that, but I think that this topic is a topic that is a reason why many of you are interested in psychology, is the topic of mental illness. And I think for a lot of reasons, it's a fascinating topic. I also think it's a topic that's of personal relevance because the numbers reflect, about 1 in 4 people at any given point in the year will be suffering or diagnosed with a mental illness of some sort. So I think it's something either we personally have experienced it ourselves, or maybe you just know somebody who has been diagnosed with a disorder. So I think it hits home for many people. It's a topic that I think is really fascinating. I don't quite study as much as I used to, but when I was an undergrad at OU, I actually did an internship at Griffin Memorial Hospital. That's the last state-run mental health facility in the state of Oklahoma. So this is a topic that I was personally involved with, I think, for a few years. And more so, I'm more so on the educational side of psychology, but the clinical side was what really interested me initially. And for some of you, I think that might be the case as well. Maybe you're interested in this topic because you watch shows like Criminal Minds. I hope that you'll get a better picture of mental illness after studying this chapter, and that people represented on those shows, they may have mental illness, but they are not depictions. They're not accurate depictions of people with mental illnesses. So really this chapter, I hope that it maybe clears some of the air, maybe even clears some misconceptions that you may or may not have about psychological disorders, mental illness. The two terms are used interchangeably. So this week, make sure you read chapter 12, psychological disorders. You're going to be looking at, how we define what psychological disorders are. In order for something to be a disorder, it kind of has to meet the criteria of being deviant. It has to cause distress to you, and also be dysfunctional to your life, impair your life functioning. So there are lots of behaviors that are maybe strange, but they don't quite meet that category, so we wouldn't label them as mental illnesses. So you'll be able to define what psychological disorders are. You'll know how prevalent they are. About 1 in 4 people at any given time in the year, any given year, will experience a mental illness. We're going to look at specific types of specific types of disorders, anxiety disorders, obsessive compulsive, and various disorders related to that type of disorder. We'll look at post-traumatic stress. We'll look at dissociative disorders. Very interesting stuff there. We'll look at somatic disorders, mood disorders, including bipolar and depression. We'll look at schizophrenia, and then finally personality disorders. So really, this is a nice broad overview of kind of what clinical psychologists study, mental illness or psychological disorders. So please read this chapter. This week there is no discussion post. There will be no discussion post this week because I'm going to post exam 3. I'll likely open that up tomorrow on Saturday. So exam 3 will be up. That covers chapters 9 through 12. And you'll have until the 16th, that's a Monday, the 16th, to complete exam number 3. So really that's kind of all I have for you this week. So this week, read Chapter 12 on psychological disorders. Please let me know if you have any questions or concerns as you're reading. There is no discussion post this week because exam 3 is open. So take that once it's open. You have a week to take it. As you're reviewing chapters 9, 10, 11, and 12, let me know if you have any questions. I'll open up all of the practice quizzes for you to take as well, so you can do that and kind of check your comprehension. But other than that, I'm going to leave you to it. I hope you have a wonderful week. I'm actually flying out to New York City next week, so the next time you see me, I will probably be recording from New York City. I'm going to a conference, the NCIC, the National Consortium of Instruction and Cognition, so I'm pretty excited about that. So hopefully the next video you see me from, maybe it'll be from Manhattan. But other than that, I'll leave you to it. Best of luck on the exam. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll be happy to address those even if I'm out of town. So take care, everyone. Have a good week. All right, bye.